Hey, wrestling fans. Welcome to another edition of Wrestling After Show, coming at you from the Reality After Show studios. I'm still getting used to these crazy environs that we find ourselves in. Right in the heart of the Mid-Atlantic territory. It's Wrestling After Show. I'm Heath Haynes.
I'm Jonny Fairplay. Look at this backdrop.
Look at this. Yeah, we're changing things up. It's fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. We're here to talk about things we like in professional wrestling every week that we get around to it. And but this week we're going to talk about some things that maybe we're not super excited about that are happening in the world of professional wrestling now. And it's just, you'll have to bear with us.
You take the good with the bad.
Well, we're going to have to drop our facade of relentless positivity this week, ladies and gentlemen, and discuss some things that maybe are not too rock and roll in the world of professional wrestling. But we're happy to be back with you. We so thankful for everybody tuning in again to this episode of Wrestling After Show, reminding everybody, of course, to subscribe to the Reality After Show YouTube network, where we find ourselves. And then also, if you're listening to this on an audio platform, please leave a review. And of course, if you're over on YouTube, leave a comment and a like and all that good stuff.
Yeah, and anyone that doesn't like the commercials, and I get it, like I pay $2 a month to listen to Dateline commercial free.
Sure.
Dateline of all things. I mean, like you can go on Peacock, there's Dateline free, but I'm just like, I don't like commercials. I pay $2 a month for Dateline.
Yeah. I
pay like $5 a month for the 48 Hours podcast. I pay $20 a month for True Crime Obsessed. I just hate commercials.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys hate commercials and you want Reality After Show each and every week, all the Reality After Show podcasts, they're all available. Go to realitypatron.com for $5 a month. It's video and audio commercial free.
Hell of a deal right there. Thanks, Fairplay. We appreciate you letting all the people know about that. So this week on Wrestling After Show, obviously we have what's in our rear view mirror that we like to talk about, which would be Raw and SmackDown and a little bit of Halloween Havoc. But we also looking forward in our not forward in our mirrors. This is a rough start for me, I got to tell you.
You're good.
But looking forward, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be previewing Crown Jewel, the big WWE PLE event. Coming up this Saturday afternoon from Saudi Arabia. We're going to have some thoughts on that.
Blood Money 18.
Blood Money, is it 18?
I have
25?
no idea. I'm not counting.
Yeah, I'm not stoked.
But they're counting those ducats.
Let's start off talking about a little bit of Halloween Havoc. I understand.
Sure.
You hit me up last night and you were like, hey, let's watch Halloween Havoc, talk about it on the show. I was like, yes. And then I got here today and you were like,
I watched the first two matches.
There it is. Fortunately, though, you saw the best thing on this PLE, in my opinion, which was the women's tag match.
Sure.
Featuring our champion, Roxanne Perez, her partner, Cora Jade, squaring off against the two new arrivals in the women's division in NXT, Stephanie Vaquer and Julia.
Yes.
And
holy moly.
I just got to tell you, this match had the most wrestling I've seen in a long time. I'm talking about like on the mat, arm drag, switch over, pinning combination, submission attempt, just bam, bam, like chain wrestling, I guess is what it's become known as. I just call it fucking wrestling.
Yeah.
That's what wrestling used to be. And these women were nailing it.
Yeah, well, let's talk about the individuals. Okay. So Cora,
I don't know anything. I know a little bit about Cora Jade from just what I've seen on TV.
Sure.
Roxanne Perez, know a little bit about her. But the two X factors for me are Julia and Stephanie Vaquer.
Yeah. Okay. So Cora Jade, I've seen her. I've been impressed. I think she's good.
Mm-hmm.
So not let's build the women's division on SmackDown or Raw around her, but good
to have on the card.
Could she grow into that role potentially? I don't have any negatives. But there's nothing right now that screams this is the
Superstar.
Next whatever, okay? But no diss, okay? Roxanne Perez, I feel is a much better, based size alone,
right?
If she is that little pesky heel, without the championship.
Right.
But with the championship, I don't buy it. I don't like it. I feel she's a much better rootable underdog baby face.
Sure.
For me personally.
Yeah. With everything you said, I agree with
Yeah.
with her size and
Yeah.
just her general look.
Yeah.
Having said that, though, in ring, this was the best I've ever seen her presented in this match.
Yeah.
I don't think they could have presented the two new superstars in any better fashion. They looked amazing.
Yeah.
And the story they're telling is, former rivals, now they find themselves in this new territory per se, and
Sure.
They're teaming up. If that's the first time they've ever teamed up, unbelievable.
Holy moly.
Unbelievable tag team offense from that team, man.
And looking at the two of them, both of them, presentation, they walked through that curtain. Yeah. I saw a superstar followed by a superstar.
Yep.
Those two right out of the gate. So we started with Stephanie Bakir. And she who's the woman from she was in NWA and then in AEW.
Camille.
No. With the half Day of the Dead.
Thunder Rosa.
And I'm a fan of Thunder Rosa. Follow her on Instagram.
Yeah.
I've seen some of her matches in NWA. I saw her as soon as she came to AEW. I was excited about the possibility of her in AEW. Started strong. Whatever happened with her and Britt Baker happened with her and Britt Baker, which happens apparently with a lot of people in Britt Baker.
Sure.
I met Britt Baker. Very nice to me.
Very nice to you.
Very nice to me.
Yeah.
Okay. So so I'm not throwing shade. I saw Stephanie Bakir and I'm just like, oh my God, this that's like a low budget version of this.
Oh, yeah. Well, she was rocking the Day of the Dead, half makeup, and a la Thunder Rosa. And it's funny because I hadn't even made that connection until you just brought it up. But yeah, presentation and the size on both of these women, it's like, not too little, but not like monsters. Either one of them, just like stout, athletic looking, grown women.
And Stephanie Bakir, like I said, her presentation was just so professional. Yeah. Whereas Thunder Rosa, some of her outfits are hit and miss.
Well, yeah, we'll see that moving going down the line.
Yeah.
If I for one don't need a different outfit for every show.
No, but if you are like, make sure. Like, check with somebody. It's just like, hey, I was thinking about this. Like, as I said, Thunder Rosa summer outfit. I'm just like, oh, like, like that.
Yeah.
Someone should have said, did you bring a backup?
Not so much.
Yeah, whereas Stephanie Bakir, as I said, it's only one so far, but I'm just like, this is a professional look. Her posture may be the best posture I've ever seen in professional wrestling. I don't know if you caught that. She is literally.
Yeah,
and beautiful.
No, it's. I look at her and it's like, okay, in 5 years or maybe less, that's Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, potentially. Yeah. And then Julia,
a whole different deal as far as like what the type of superstar she is, but like equally
everything I just said. Subtract Thunder Rosa.
Yeah,
like. Replace Thunder Rosa with God, I'm so bad with names today. Who she had the undefeated streak in NXT Women's Champion, the longest.
Asuka.
I feel a more professional Asuka, and I know that's blasphemy.
Yeah,
but I mean, it was just the mask and with the chains and it, I just thought presentation, they could have stunk up the ring and I still would have been like, I called a hit. I think but they didn't.
No, it was a great fucking match. Everybody got after it. Cora Jade was there. Obviously not in over her head, but she was not standing out in ring wise as much as
but she wasn't a deficit.
Were for me. Yeah, absolutely. And then Roxanne Perez takes the pin, which, wouldn't see that coming. You'd think that's why Cora Jade would be there.
Yeah.
So that adds a little intrigue. But then we have to talk about the appearance, and she made another appearance later on in the night, and I'm forgetting. It's the one name. She's new from Australia. You want to talk about a presentation for this athlete. Oh
Yeah.
my God, what's her name?
Well, Dave LaGreca didn't remember either, and neither did Bubba Ray. And he's just like, he goes, "Hey, who was that? What was her name? What was her name?"
Yeah.
So no one remembers her name.
I could have definitely done without those guys. Like LaGreca tries so hard, but I nails on a chalkboard for me. I cannot listen to that guy.
He's very nice in real life.
I'm sure he is.
Yes.
I'm sure he is. And I agree with a lot of his opinions, but it's hard for me to
it's a tough listen.
Just the same as it is with me and Booker T, but we'll get there. But yeah, so yeah, as always with NXT, it seems like they're leagues ahead with their presentation of women wrestlers, and I watched the whole show. And that was the match of the night. The other big women's match was turned into a gauntlet match for the North American Women's Championship. New champion Fallon Henley. That was fine. A lot of the show was fine for me. There was NXT. The stuff that I really like. And the stuff that I don't like, I really don't like.
Okay, so speaking of don't like.
Yeah.
Tony
Andre fucking Chase and Tony D'Angelo.
Tony D'Angelo and the family. Have you ever liked a mafia faction in professional wrestling, other than the full-blooded Italians with Tommy Rich?
Here's my deal with like sort of my macro view of these types of gimmicks in NXT, and it's from creative. It's from the booking mindset of. So Shawn Michaels is a Vince guy.
Yeah.
And who is Vince's, not really Booker, but Pat Patterson. Yeah. So Shawn Michaels' mindset seems to be very much in that pre-Attitude Era, post-Golden Era of WWE, where everybody had to have a job.
Yes. Even though they were professional wrestlers, you still had to be a dump truck driver.
So it's that same kind of thing. It's like you can't just be the Italian guy. You have to be this over-the-top mob boss. And even to the extent where he came out, unless you're Big Bubba Rogers, don't fucking come at me with like trying to wrestle in street clothes. I fucking hate that shit. Yeah. So he's coming up in street clothes, and part of his entrance was empty shoulder holsters. He had empty, and it's like, so like you were just armed backstage and you just took the guns out. It's
if you can bring a sledgehammer to the ring, just bring your guns.
Yeah, it's fake phony bullshit. I hate that. and then the Chase U guy. So it's like
I don't like any of that.
Yeah. So that's that's coming from Shawn.
Yeah.
You know, whereas, you know, Triple H is a dusty guy.
Yeah.
You know, he's a dusty guy. And we talked about this a few months ago. If you're a dusty guy, that means you're an Eddie Graham guy, you know, who is like the fountainhead for all good booking that, you know, that I like. And I think that's always going to be the barrier for me to really get into NXT, because you got Shawn Michael with his like, you know, hey, because to him, this is good shit.
Yeah, it's occupation versus tough guy versus pretty guy.
I'm not with it. So that's my main gripe about NXT. And actually, I got to say, last night Booker T was not as grating for me on commentary, and I do fucking love the interplay. I think the interplay between him and is it Vic Joseph? Is that the guy? Yeah. I think the interplay between those guys is my favorite interplay between commentary of any commentary team right now, because they are like at each other's throats almost the entire time.
Yeah, so any mistake is called out immediately.
It's super contentious, and that would normally be
grating.
Yeah, it would normally not be my thing, but I love it. And there was a moment last night where Vic Joseph called Booker T Unk. And Booker T was not having it.
Great.
That was fucking hilarious.
I'm for it.
Yeah.
So I will say this about the Tony D'Angelo family. I've never liked it just pulls me. I'm just like, you know, because they do the fake killing.
It pulls you out of
it. It pulls me out.
To say.
I will say this is the best done version for me. Like,
Mhm.
they look the part. They're wrestling wise, they're not overly relying on it, but they still look like, Italian Goombas or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'll almost allow it. It's just let them be just let them be Italian assholes.
Yeah. It would. It's funny. I never thought about it, but like, what would almost work better for him? But it's a little bit dated at this point, but maybe not necessarily more dated than a mafia gimmick. Just like a fucking Jersey Shore gimmick.
Yeah, well, as I said,
something
they
like
don't
that.
they don't have to be Jersey Shore, but like if you've ever been to Jersey to a nightclub, those assholes, like, they need more gold chains, a lot more cologne, and and every woman and every non-Italian guy hating them.
Yeah. It's not for me. And that match, that was the opener of the show for the North American Championship. D'Angelo defending against Obafemi, and it was a fine match, but the fake fucking crowbar that sucked.
Yeah,
The phony crowbar. And,
you know what? You know what's worse than a phony crowbar? Phony baseball bat.
Phony baseball bat.
Phony baseball bat is
with
the worst.
phony barbed wire on it. So yeah, and then the main event for the NXT Championship, Trick Williams defending against All Ego Ethan Page. I've been super on board with Ethan Page this whole time, and I think he's still doing tremendous work. However, I'm not coming at this from like a body shaming perspective. As somebody who has struggled with weight loss, at this point, I'm feeling pretty good about it. I've lost 43 pounds since.
He's showing all of his legs down there. Y'all can't see him.
Can't see it since June.
Purposely, that's why.
Looking at Ethan Page, he's got size, but like I think he needs to get that nutrition dialed in because he's just a little.
Him and Joe Hendry.
He's a little corpulent and not in an everyman. But like for Joe Hendry,
it works.
It works, but when you're all ego Ethan Page, I want to see a little bit more defined physique.
A little more ego in the gym.
Yeah, and it's because when at the end of the match when Ridge Holland comes in and you're looking at those guys side by side, they're basically the same size.
Yeah.
But like one guy's like, oh, there's like way more going on over here than with this guy. And so they're going to team up, and they promoted that fucking ECW episode so hard the whole time.
I'm thinking about making the drive.
Going up to Philly?
I'm thinking about it. I mean, we could get on that train. And we're there.
That's also the day after Election Day. Who knows what state the fucking country is going to be?
Pennsylvania should be safe.
Oh yeah, they should be great.
I mean,
things would be nice.
What's ever happened politically in Pennsylvania?
That's where the whole fucking stop the steal shit started.
So we should be good.
Yeah, you can make that trip. I'm fucking sweating driving up to Richmond next Saturday after the fucking election. So like, I'm not going to Philly the day after. But I want to thank you because I probably would have just been fine with Halloween Havoc just knowing what went on. But I actually the stuff I really liked, and thank you for suggestion to watch.
Well, rumor and innuendo is Ethan Page may be on his way to the main roster.
Is that right?
Rumor and innuendo.
Okay.
Who's to say?
Well, he gets up to that main roster, he'll definitely be getting that nutrition dialed in.
Yeah,
I would say. So moving on, ladies and gentlemen, to looking ahead to this weekend and Crown Jewel.
Should we look back at SmackDown and Raw and then make our way to Crown Jewel?
Okay, let's do that then. Okay. So SmackDown and Raw. Jesus Christ, what happened? So have we talked about new Intercontinental Champion Braun Breaker?
We have not
yet. Anyway, that happened. Yeah. So new Intercontinental.
And we kind of guessed that.
New Intercontinental Champion Braun Breaker, and then that brings us
based on interference from the Bloodline.
And then that brings us right into Friday's edition of SmackDown, where I got it with the addition of one tag team, with the addition of bringing in one tag team, the Motor City Machine Guns. All of a sudden, the SmackDown tag team scene is like, oh right, shit, stuff's happening. An absolute dynamite main event with Motor City Machine Guns and DIY teasing a little heel action, heel turn for DIY.
I'm for that.
Totally for it. Or maybe split those guys up and just let them fucking fight each other.
I don't know. They're not working at 100% as baby faces currently.
Right.
I mean, like they're serviceable, but we've both seen how great they are previously as baby faces and fighting against one another. It's not clicking 100%. And those are two guys with the skills. They're Triple H guys. So you know he's going to fine tune and figure out what's going to work.
Yeah.
Is it them turning heel or is it them turning on one another?
Yeah. I'll go for either one of those. But also Motor City Machine Guns, they're great heels too. You know, and it's like they're baby faces right now. But like that's, you know, I'll run in here, some interference there, and that could be quickly flipped 180 degrees. But so they win the number one contendership and are immediately challenged by the tag team champions. Of course, the Tongans come out and they're like, hey, and it's actually the one time where I can remember, like, well, we could do this right now.
Yeah.
And then they actually do it
right
now.
And I'm like, there's no way.
They have the match.
Especially with back-to-back tapings, you figured they would have done, we can do it right now. It's like, no, we'll do it next week. And then the fans, where they typically would be like, oh, this is bullshit. And they're just like, oh, we get it later tonight. It's fine.
So, and then with like copious interference, of course, Jimmy Uso gets involved. And
masked.
And then the surprise of Jey Uso getting involved.
with us being told that's Jey Uso in the mask.
And so Jey Uso shows up to cost the Tongans the tag team championships in the same fashion as they showed up on Raw to cost him the Intercontinental Championship the week before. A match is over, new champions. And then the bloodline, the old school bloodline, the Usos embrace, and that was a cool moment.
Yes.
It was great. But so Motor City Machine Guns revitalizing or making you care about the WWE, the SmackDown tag team scene all of a sudden, but then also throwing them in this like the main storyline of not just that show, of like kind of the entire company, the bloodline story, and it's like
a lot of confidence.
I like to see that, man.
I mean, those guys have earned it. Like, they're no spring chicken. They both look great.
Alex Shelley looks a little rougher than I'd like him to, but he looks like a dude that has been wrestling for 20 years.
Yeah,
you know,
but still cool.
Yeah. He looks good, and
Alex Shelley looks like he could play in your band,
and
he plays in a band.
And Saban is tremendous. The last time I saw Saban live was at a before they switched back to TNA, was an Impact taping in Nashville, and this was like 2022. Okay. And he was kicking ass. That guy's always kicked ass, and he's great as a babyface or a heel. So like, you can do a lot with those guys. And so that was SmackDown. And then moving into Raw.
Not the best go home show for Crown Jewel.
Well, it's not technically the go home show.
Well, it's the go home Raw.
Oh, the Raw was the go home.
Yeah, I think they didn't do a good job there. However, they did it was a good episode of Raw.
Why didn't they do the fucking Miz kidnapping angle on TV? Because after it was over, I was like, oh yeah, like Karrion Kross sent the Miz off to go, find the Wyatts, and then nothing else was said.
Social media, and
then social media. Oh, by the way, he got kidnapped. It's like, just fucking put that on the show, man.
Yeah, it was literally like a 20-second promo.
Yeah, that's all you had to do. What else happened on Raw?
We had Sami Zayn approached.
Okay, yeah. So this is the most important shit that happened.
That's why I'm talking about this.
So Jimmy shows up on Raw.
Yeah.
And him and Jay are talking about it, and he's like, "We the ones," and Jay is like, "We ain't the ones."
Yeah.
And
we're nobody's sidekick.
there's a lot of water that not necessarily under the bridge. There's a lot of shit we need to figure out. So like, I want they're like, "Will you talk to Roman?" Okay, I'm going to talk to Roman. And then they go backstage, and then they run into Sami Zayn. And Sami Zayn wants to talk to Jay, but not in front of Jimmy.
Oh.
So Jimmy pisses off, and then he's talking to Jay, and he brings up, I feel like at this point, and really, Sami Zayn's role in the whole Bloodline saga was always like he was like the audience surrogate.
Yes,
he was like the POV.
Not necessarily the voice of reason,
but he was,
but an alternate voice.
Well, but he was just like he was the POV character for us because it's like, look at these guys. Obviously, like I can't look like Roman Reigns. I can't even have the tattoos or whatever, the prowess of the Usos. But look at Sami Zayn has got the everyman thing. You can look at Sami Zayn. Okay, I could be that guy.
Yeah.
So he says what's probably on a lot of our minds is you don't have to do any of this, dude.
Yeah.
You don't have to, like, you have left and done your own thing.
Yeah. And you can make up with your brother. That's okay.
Yeah, you make up with your brother, get your family, but you like all this nonsense. You don't need to be a part of it. And he's like, well, you don't understand, because you're not family. And it's a hard thing to say. To Sami Zayn.
Cut like a knife.
That's a hard thing to say to Sami Zayn. So then
he is family.
I mean,
by proxy.
I mean, he's honorary.
He's honorary.
He had the T-shirt and everything.
He has a T-shirt.
Yeah, he's honorary. He was bestowed the honor of being the
honorary. Take that away.
Yeah. So
it's like we're the world's greatest dad mug. You can't take it away.
Lifetime, baby. So then Jay and Jimmy get back together. He's like, "You talk to Sammy?" Yeah, I talked to him. He's like, "I think you need to talk to him." He's like, "Okay, I'm gonna go talk to him." And then like a little bit later on, it's like, "Hey, did you talk to him?" He's like, "Shh, check this out." Fucking Sammy is in the parking lot talking to Solo. What the fuck?
Yeah, well,
what the fuck?
We all know it's harmless. Like Sammy's going to his car.
Those guys are gonna be super pissed.
And Solo rolls down the window. He's like, "Hey," and Sammy's like, "Look, I ain't trying." He's like, "Dude, just give me a second." He's just like, "Look, this ain't my fight. I'm not in it. I just had the conversation with them. I'll hear what you say, but already know the answer is no."
Yeah.
Is really what the conversation is. But
could be. I don't know. If you're Jimmy Uso, you're trying to hear any of that shit. You're just
we know this thing.
It's gonna be awesome. Another layer of fucking killer storytelling.
Yeah, and no reason to put the band back together in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
No one. We're here to watch the struggle of putting the band back together.
Yeah. And this is what you said a long time ago with our weekly segment of like reckless speculation on whether or not tribal combat with the two bloodlines and war games is going to happen. And I remember a thing you said, you were like, I just don't want them to rush it. And this was like a month ago, and
2 months ago.
And you were like, nah, I don't see it happen because they don't have enough time. I don't want them to rush it. So now it very much I think is going to happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, still to your point, take the time. Don't put it all back together. Yeah, like,
Well, like the Blues Brothers. The movie The Blues Brothers, one of my favorite movies of all time.
Okay.
They could have literally just hopped on a phone, like made 5 phone calls and done the concert.
Yeah. They didn't have phones though. This was in the 70s.
They had phones. They didn't have cell phones, but they had phones.
Yeah, but those two guys, they didn't have phone. They didn't have a phone. They had phones.
They had dimes. That's when a phone call is a dime, not even a quarter.
They did have dimes.
Yeah.
For sure. Taking the time, putting it all back together. I love the amount of Roman Reigns we're seeing on television.
That's good, but I have to throw something out here because this is something that I did not catch initially, and that I'm just getting now, and it makes me so happy to catch this. The presentation of Solo Sikoa, I have felt has not been optimal.
Okay.
And would you agree?
And what way is like as far as like believable leader
as the tribal chief?
Okay.
Like it's a little off.
All right.
Jason Powell pitches the idea, not supposed to be.
Yeah.
He's the imposter tribal chief.
The whole time.
That's the whole gimmick.
Yeah.
He's the imposter tribal chief.
Yeah.
I love that, but I wish commentary would express that a little more and a little better. Because the idea of him as the imposter tribal chief, I love. And I'm just like, oh, well, fuck that.
Yeah. And he's loosening up. I mean, you got to remember, this is the guy who up until WrestleMania and up until after WrestleMania had maybe only spoken like 4 words on camera like the entire time. And now you're like, now you're this guy.
now you're the imposter tribal chief, but we're not going to tell anybody.
Growing pains, you know, I'll give it to him, but he's starting to has a little bit more of his personality is starting to come through.
And I would not, as far as a grade's concerned, I give him a C+, B-. I'm not down on the guy.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, okay, if Roman Reigns is here, and I think we can all agree that Roman Reigns is an A+ since turning heel. You know, and even turning back babyface, I'm great with everything.
Like it's Roman Reigns 2020 onward.
Yes.
Okay.
Love it. A+. You know, the new Rock, awesome. You know, you got this other guy that's just like, okay, well, you know, we got to give him an adversary. They give him Cody Rhodes, and I'm just like, all right, well, A+, we're good. And then our follow is Solo Sikoa. I was like, ooh. Like, as good as this guy is doing, he's not Roman Reigns. He's not Cody Rhodes.
Yeah,
but those are tough shoes to fill.
But again, I think it's all it's by design.
Yeah.
You know, and because I mean, at least at this point, you want to make sure that the audience gets this guy fucking sucks and he's not, and
he's an imposter.
He's a poser.
Yeah, there's imposter syndrome.
Yeah,
and that I love, but as I said, I just don't feel like the commentary has relayed that to the audience as much. Like I feel a lot of people are watching, going, man, he ain't Roman Reigns. Like, he ain't as good. Like, you know, he's all act like.
All right.
I just need I need it related more to the audience.
All right, we'll see moving forward if that's something that happens.
Yeah.
So, with the Saudi Arabia event and all the overseas travel that involves, they went ahead and taped this week's episode of SmackDown. Immediately following that episode of SmackDown.
So, small spoiler.
It is not aired yet.
Yeah.
So a little bit of a spoiler.
As far as our predictions moving forward. So if you want to skip 3 minutes.
No, you kind of have to skip the rest of the show because we're going to be talking about this for the whole entire time.
Well, no, just this one thing.
Well,
don't skip the rest of the show. That's horrible advice.
I know. So the
3 minutes. 3 minutes. We can
shocker, everybody. The Bloodline ends up getting back together, and they challenge the new Bloodline 2.0 for a match at Crown Jewel.
Okay.
Which leads us into our Crown Jewel preview segment right now. Which right now on paper looks to be a tad overstuffed, especially when we are looking at the trend of WWE.
2 hours and 45 minutes.
2 hours 45 minutes. 5 minutes.
What was our last one? 3.5, and we didn't like that.
Very lean. And so this card right now is clocking in at 7 matches, and
I don't like that.
Let's talk about good stuff first, and or stuff we like, because that's what we like to do here on Wrestling After Show. We like to try to talk about stuff we like.
It's Jonny Fairplay, reality TV icon, Survivor Hall of Famer, and I'm talking today about Work Money. Work Money is a non-profit organization that focuses on lowering costs and raising incomes for all Americans to make American life more affordable and American families more economically secure. They provide products, services, perks, benefits, tips, and tools to help members improve their financial lives. It's time to level up and make more money in this economy. We're talking getting rich. Now, this sweepstakes is giving away $50,000. You can use this to pay your rent, your mortgage. Imagine what you can do with all the money that you'll save. Now, this is put on by Work Money, and this site has all these sick benefits, and it's free. Go sign up right now and get more rich. Now, listen, you can change your life. Now, what would you do if you didn't have to pay your rent or mortgage for a year? Listen, sign up right now for free. Link is available right here in the show notes. Check them out. Personally, I'd get more pinball machines. I'm Jonny Fairplay. I wouldn't lie about that. It's work money. More money.
As far as stuff I like on the show,
Brussels sprouts.
Randy Orton and Kevin Owens.
I had a different list.
I want to see that match to advance that story. But I pretty much think that that KO. I think it's going to be indecisive, but KO is going to come into play. I think he's going to cost Cody the Crown Jewel Championship, and that's going to be his main role on this show, I believe. What say you, Fairplay?
Ooh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I think Gunther walks out with the Crown Jewel Championship. It means more for him,
because Cody needs it for his daughter Liberty, though.
Yeah, no.
It means the Saudi Arabia Championship means everything to his 4-year-old.
I'm wearing a fucking Cody Rhodes t-shirt right now.
He does not care about this.
Gunther is going to win that fucking I mean, because okay, well, I'm just going to get into it. I don't give a fuck about this fucking show. I don't give a fuck about this fucking belt. And I think that they've done a piss poor job trying to make me care about it, which would be an uphill battle, admittedly.
Yeah.
Because of the nature of this event and these events in general. Case in point, and I'm not even going to get into the horrible human rights record of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and the way they treat their own citizens, much less the extrajudicial killings of state-sponsored, no less, of American journalists. I'm not going to even get into any of all that. I'm going to talk about from just a wrestling standpoint. And are there Saudi Arabian wrestling fans? Absolutely.
Yeah, we see them.
Do you want to entertain those people? Yes, I get it. But the majority of your wrestling fans are not in Saudi Arabia. And at the last, at Bad Blood, Triple H comes out to the ring with the
50
with the cloaked championship, you know, so like, oh, there's going to be a new thing. And he's out there to make his announcement. The moment the words Crown Jewel left his match, they had to edit this fucking shit out of all the fucking videos that have come after it. The crowd just immediately, boo! Yeah. We're not into this. We don't care. And I would almost rather them go back to the way these shows started off when they first started doing the Saudi Arabia
just standalone house shows that no impact.
Yes, and just like and
skippable
in its own universe. Nothing I care about ongoing is going to be furthered or decided or anything. But now they want to make everything count. So it's like now we're supposed to, and nobody cares, man. And I'm sorry, starting every episode of WWE TV for the last 3 weeks with two stooges in white gloves bringing in
it's the Stanley Cup
bringing in a case. Oh my God, does not make me care. And they just go on and on and on about the jewels and the gold. Fuck all that. Yeah. But for Gunther and his character, all that shit matters, and that's going to bring more to his character.
And
that's gonna bring more to his character.
You can talk about how much it means.
Than losing it, than not winning it would hurt Cody.
Yeah.
So that's why I think Gunther's going to go over.
I'm good with that. I think they've done so when they were standalone deals. It was great. I just skipped them.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
I think they've done a good job up until this one over the last few of kind of camouflaging it that it happens to be Saudi Arabia, but we're not.
Well, the last one was King of the Ring.
Yeah, we
love that one.
Yeah, we're not drilling it down your throats that this is a propaganda piece. So, but the championship alone makes it a propaganda piece.
Yeah.
And I think therein lies the issue. However, taking a step back with the lens you put on this, with like Gunther would love a propaganda piece championship.
Yeah.
I am more excited than I was.
I did a great job.
You actually sold me. like that whole diatribe. I'm just like,
this is how much I don't give a shit. Fairplay's like, well, Now I care.
Now I care. Oh my God, the propaganda belt. Oh, Gunther should have it. You're right. Like this pay-per-view has to take place.
I'm passionate in my criticism and my defense of some of this bullshit. This is how much I care. So, but I think KO will get involved somehow in that match. And remember,
so a no contest on KO and Randy,
kinda, and then but also going back to the King of the Ring finals. That was Gunther and Randy. So like there might still be some hard feelings there with those guys. So you never know. And then
I'll go with the KO win. I feel like based on what how the Triple H is presenting KO. It's just like, oh, this is a different. You don't understand. This is a different KO. I can't control this KO.
Right.
Like this is the heel turn that's finally the real heel turn. And I love these saying that because I want it to feel special because we've literally seen 15 KO heel turns.
Oh, I just thought of something. Kevin Owens has never he's always been one of those guys that's like, no, fuck Saudi Arabia, I'm not going.
Yeah.
And I guess he's going now. Jesus Christ.
There you go. He was.
Well, he's like, is CM Punk going? CM Punk's not going? Okay, I'll go. Is that it?
I don't know.
Is that it, KO?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. So with the women's version,
I can see KO getting the win just to build him up. It's either a schmoz or KO gets the win. But either way, it's the same thing.
So moving on to the women's version, I could not give less of a fuck about this fucking thing, man. I just want, and I hate that Tiffany Stratton has gotten bogged down with all this crap, but Liv Morgan and Nia Jax.
Yeah. Okay. Well, please tell me Tiffany doesn't cash in to win the Crown Jewel Championship.
Oh man,
would that be like
that would be just horse?
That's a turd in the punch bowl.
Yeah. Well, then that should be the end of the Money in the Bank gimmick.
Forever.
Yeah, forever. Because I mean, they blew it on Drew.
Yeah.
And then if they blow it on her, I mean that she might as well challenge for like the not even actually announced women's U.S. championship, which they've talked about doing at some point, like a mid-card championship for the main roster for the women's division. Yeah, well, challenging for the fucking figurehead championship. That's only dude, that would suck.
That would be the worst. But I do want to make a callback to Monday night in regards to this match. And it's just a kind of sort of deal here.
All right.
So we had Damian Priest lose to Dominic Mysterio in a number one contender match.
Like a blah fucking match. Like think. But hold on. Now, see, I wasn't even thinking about it. We didn't even mention that.
Yeah,
and that was the main event of
the main
Raw.
event. But I think it's gonna be important.
That match a month or so ago would have been like, oh shit, and it was like an afterthought. I didn't fucking care about it, and then they get done, and like. Damian Priest, like, is he gets beat, but then he, like, shit cans everybody. But it was still, like, kind of deflating. And then it was just, like, Damian Priest just kind of walking around the ring, like, okay, well, I guess I just did that. I don't know. That was weird, but go ahead.
I'm going with reckless speculation here.
All right, here we go.
So, Dominic Mysterio is now number one contender for the World Championship. Okay?
All right.
That's what he's competing for.
All right.
And they left it as vague as World Championship.
Okay.
He's going to come up to I think whatever happens between Liv Morgan and all that, like that between now and the Netflix premiere of Raw, Rhea Ripley regains the Women's World Championship. Okay.
All right. Intergender championship.
So between now and then, Dominic Mysterio's like, hey, when do I get Gunther? And Adam Pearce is like, I don't have time for this right now, Dominic. Yeah. Get back to me. Yeah. So we just have the bet. He's like, hey, how about tonight? No, we got another match scheduled. Right. He's like, I'm the number one contender. He's like, we'll get there. Trust me, I've already thought about it. The Netflix premiere, Dominic gets his title shot against Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, stranger things have happened. I'm definitely not fucking clamoring for Dominic Mysterio.
Of the two options, it's Gunther punishes Dominic Mysterio for 15 minutes.
That is some what if wild.
The other doesn't make sense.
Multiverse bullshit. Gunther versus Dominic doesn't make sense.
I mean, and as a rib to Dominic, it does, but otherwise, no.
I hadn't even thought. And now, I have like I don't know if I think we might have to stop the fucking show. I don't have that just like all kinds of turds floating around in my head about what I think about all that.
You love it.
Yeah, I don't want to see any of it. Trying to, yeah. So,
on the record, he's all in.
So Nia Jax wins this fucking horseshit thing, and
Sure.
then, but like, yeah, but I it would be impossibly the worst fucking idea for Tiffany Stratton to challenge, and I can totally see them doing it.
Yeah.
That sucks. That sucks.
Sorry
okay.
to put that in your head, or possibly theirs.
Triple threat for the United States Championship: LA Knight, Carmelo Hayes, and Andrade. Can this fucking be over already?
Okay, your boy LA Knight.
My boy. That's right.
Okay,
That's right.
Game 7 on SmackDown this past week. Yeah. Your boy LA Knight was an asshole.
He was.
Like not cool.
Not a cool heel. He was. I mean, not a cool. Yeah, he was being a dick. He's being a dick. And
is this the beginning of a turn?
It could be. I tell you what. You know what gets heat with me is any of these motherfuckers wearing their championship belt to go like on run-ins or like when did that become a thing? Like I'm doing a run-in. Let me put my fucking belt on.
Yeah, hold my music for 30 seconds. They're Velcroed now.
Yeah,
so it's a little easier.
So wearing his belt to be a special referee, that's some heel shit right there. Oh yeah, motherfuckers.
We've spent 12 weeks to have 6 matches, and now we have the 7th match. And
I'll take an LA Knight heel turn. Yeah, can this fucking be over? I get that, like, you wanted both of these guys, meaning Andrade and Carmelo Hayes, to have something to do on TV for a couple months, and like they have been on TV plenty, beating the living fuck out of each
matches.
Other. The matches have been okay, but it's like I get it, man. You guys work stiff. Okay, cool. Like, come on. So what do you? Yeah, well, I'll go along. I'll bite. I'll say LA Knight retains and fucking turns heel.
Okay.
What do you think?
I would love a Carmelo victory. Yeah. I don't think we're getting it. I think we're getting a LA Knight heel turn, and I want another attempt at that games. I want to see a resolution between the two.
Okay, for the Game 7?
Yeah, sure. And if that means, and does that mean LA Knight, not as special guest referee, comes in with a run-in, and this is extended for another fucking Game 7?
Holy shit. So, and actually, now looking down at the card again, this is kind of the match I want to see the most for the Women's Tag Team Championship, Fatal 4-Way. So we're talking about 8 competitors in this thing. Our champions, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, defending against the Damage Control duo of Kairi Sane and Io Sky. Also defending against the nameless tag team, but awesome nonetheless, of Piper Niven and Chelsea Green.
You would think they would figure out a fun name.
Against the upstarts from NXT, Jada Parker. Yeah, no, not Jada Parker. Lash Legend and her partner.
Lash LaRue.
No, yeah, and it was not Kiana James either. All these made up NXT names. That's another thing I hate about NXT. They just make up fucking names.
The worst
they're
names.
Interchangeable.
Well, it's like a name generator.
Oh, I've got it in my hand.
Yeah.
Lash Legend, Jakar Jackson.
There we go.
There it is.
Yes.
There it is.
You were halfway there.
I fucking love Lash Legend. She got on my radar when she body slammed Otis.
There you go.
Last year, and I was like, who is this? And then there was a very short-lived romantic angle between her and Trick Williams, which I was heavily invested in.
Whoa, hey,
I was
you and your stories.
Exactly, dude. What are we talking about? And they didn't really go anywhere with it, but they did give it an ending. Like not Jakar Jackson, Lash Legend at one point was like, hey, Trick, I don't know whatever is going on between us, but like you got a lot on your plate, so like we're gonna have this is not happening right now. And he was like, bet. Like,
That's a very friendly way of saying it's not me, it's you.
Yeah. But Lash Legend, I've had my eye on her for a while. I think she is fucking tremendous, excellent professional wrestler, and so I'm very stoked to see her on a broader, a bigger stage, bigger platform. As Chelsea Green.
Yeah.
Chelsea Green out. She really is Christian, outwork everybody. No, dude.
Yeah.
Chelsea fucking Green outworks everybody all the time. She's like every second she is on camera, she is fucking working. And so, yeah, again, I'm just stoked to see her on
Champions retain.
a bigger platform. Yeah, champions retain because Jade is still not able to like do anything else except for these tag team matches.
I would love another. I could live. I mean, I hate just handing off the championships. Like a hot potato.
Yeah.
But I could live with another bump in the road for Bianca and Jade,
So,
and a loss to Piper.
Yeah.
And then they get it back and on the next rematch.
Well, it's. I mean, they haven't even come close to starting to tease any friction between them.
So maybe a bump in the road is the start of something like that.
I just think it goes to show that, like, at this point they're not trying to like throw good booking money after bad booking money. Not actually, but like, hey, maybe this is the fucking ceiling for Jade Cargill.
Maybe.
And so like let's just like
let's
obviously the speculation was that their tag team pairing, the tag team pairing of her and Bianca Belair was one of those like, let's put them together so eventually we can split them apart and they can feud. But like maybe that's not gonna be what happens because I still don't. Every time I see her in ring, it's just like she's not ready. She looks terrible.
I would not use it.
I would not like. Yeah, she doesn't look terrible, but compared to the level of everybody else, and compared to the level of shit we saw
on NXT, like it's just like you got this waiting in the wings, and she's not at this.
Yeah.
So.
She's not even at the level of like the girls we saw in the North American Women's Championship gauntlet match. So I think they retain, and they're going to keep kicking that can down the road, man.
I mean, because let's say they do the turn, they have the match. I mean, you can only do so much with her as a singles before she's exposed. Does she just go right back to a tag team and you're exactly where you were before?
Yeah, that's what
I mean, because that's all that could potentially happen.
She's been in this holding pattern for. Well, first off, they didn't even want to expose her to the audience for months before she got signed, before like Royal Rumble last year.
Yeah.
And and she's been in this tag team and I felt like a couple of months ago they were actually teasing a little bit, or maybe I was just reading into some of the stuff I was seeing on SmackDown Weekly, but they
have backed off all that.
Yeah, they backed off all that. I think they're just going to keep the belts on them.
Yeah. But I would love a bump in the road with
they might. Well, I think that's what they tried to do when they took the belts off the last time, and they were like, "Oh, okay, no."
Yeah, so we'll see.
And then and so and like I said, there's a shit ton of matches on this fucking show, and the Bronson Reed versus Seth Rollins unsanctioned match, which you actually were talking earlier, that might be called into question due to the results of their confrontation. Confrontation is not even the word. The melee that occurred on Monday Night Raw.
We have an open tractor trailer bus.
Yes.
And then
parked conveniently in front
of a bunch of foldable tables with a huge blanket over it, or a huge black sheet.
Yeah.
And on top, we saw a bunch of
bubble wrap, actual bubble wrap,
like a ton of bubble wrap, which I'm thinking was a ton of that was underneath the tables.
Yeah.
And
so they do a little stunt thing.
Yeah, and Seth Rollins was taken to a medical facility, not a hospital.
Maybe this is another case of the can getting kicked down the road. And honestly, I know it would be great for Bronson Reed's career, but this feels like a Raw main event. It doesn't feel like even on a show. And again, like a show as overstuffed as this one, it's kind of going to get lost in the mix anyway. I mean, put it in the main event on Raw.
Well, if it does happen,
yeah.
Bronson Reed wins because did it really happen? Because it was in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that because, like, why do this whole program if Bronson Reed doesn't get the rub and come out with the win? So why fucking do anything?
He needs this win, and then and it's made up sometime before the new year when they are assigned new dance partners.
So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. That's our thoughts previewing.
Oh yeah, and we're going and Gunther wins.
Gunther wins the gimmick.
Even though Cody promised it to us our liberty.
Jesus,
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Why did you burn that one?
Yeah, well, and it gave Gunther, like, he was like, why are you bringing your family? I guess Gunther doesn't watch AEW because he doesn't realize that, like, Cody Rhodes cured racism, 4 years ago anyway. So, like,
you got that.
Yeah.
Remember, Election Day is this Tuesday. Cody Rhodes write-in.
Yeah.
It's the only way.
Let's get him. Let's get somebody into that fucking office that we can support. Yeah. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, like I said earlier in the program, do all the YouTube, social media crap, like, subscribe, comment.
Watch commercial free.
Joining up on, and what's that link again?
RealityPatron.com. That's reality, patron.com.
That's the big takeaway, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to walk away with.
Sure.
From this episode of Wrestling After Show, once again, ladies and gentlemen, for Jonny Fairplay, I'm Heath Haynes, and we'll see you at the matches.